If I pick up a drink tomorrow, then you can guarantee that I won't probably last the week. I'll be 6 foot under, because I know how hideous this disease is and how cunning and baffling. I started drinking at the age of 14, where I would have a few drinks to go to bed, to knock myself out so I wouldn't be fearful of Dad. And that's the way it was. I'd be going to school with a hangover. And no one else, none of my sisters, brothers knew anything was going on. Only I did. I was a natural sports person, and I got onto all the sports teams, and eventually when I left school I progressed with track and field and the field events and the discus. And I had the potential to make world standard because of my size and the leverage in my arms. I used to love going to international events, national championships, and hope that I would be drug tested, because back in the 80s, early 90s, they actually had alcohol and they needed you to pee in a little jar, and so I'd get stuck into the beer. And I left that drug room, fairly intoxicated. When I left school, I carried on with competing for 20 years, working part-time. And then when I retired from international level, I knew that I believed I went into a depression. It was like retiring from a job. I thought, what do I do with myself now? All I was focused on was competing and drinking. I can just remember going to work with so hungover, and I couldn't eat any food. I was that hungover, I'd be into the soft drink. And I'd think, I'm not going to do that again. I can't do that again tonight. But by the time I left work, I'd be thinking, geez, a drink would be nice. And most of the time I had a bottle of something underneath my car seat. I couldn't remember half of what I did. But I would always wake up the next morning in a wet bed and think, who did I upset last night? Oh my God, what did I do? And I would carry that guilt, the shame, and I'd carry that for all my life. I would always be fearful of other people and my drinking. And I knew that I was an alcoholic at a young age, but I just figured there was no help. I've just got to live with it. And I could never understand why I couldn't put it down. I was fairly disciplined with sport, very disciplined with work, but I could not be disciplined with that glass, that bottle. I can remember, the last probably couple of months of my drinking, I was trying to drink myself to death. I would brush my teeth in the mornings, and I'd be dry reaching, and I'd be throwing up blood. And I would actually stand there and smile in the mirror and think, yes, I'm starting to die. So don't go out. Yeah, you can go out and get blind, but if it becomes more and more, and if the drinking or the thought of going out with your mates and getting pissed more often than, say, once a week or even once a week, just be aware of it.